Most guitarists struggle to get their pentatonic playing sounding musical and creative, and there are a couple main reasons for this, but one of the biggest ones is a lack of movement between positions. But today, we're going to fix all of that, so stick around. To set this all up, we're going to use an F minor pentatonic scale, and the reason I'm choosing that is because it won't have any open strings, and we can easily do an octave from start to finish. Let me show you as an example what we're going to do with all of these positions, and you'll get the idea. Then you'll have a guided practice where you can play through the whole thing. But I recommend just getting to know 2 positions at a time. There can be a lot of legwork, just going back and forth and kind of mapping different patterns that you enjoy. Here's the first position right here. And then back down. And then the second position is here, middle finger. I just want to make a point here. For this exercise, I'm just using my middle finger and pinky, but a lot of people might like to shift there, and it's all good. Just do it whatever way is comfortable to you, but just ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. If it's to avoid using a certain finger or something like that, there might be some work to do, but really that's a personal choice, so I'll leave it to you. This is just how I'm presenting it. So again, second position. I also will tend to resolve, even if I'm in second position, I usually want to end with the root, not because I always end my lines with the root, but it just gives it a really strong resolution. What we'll do next is practice connecting those 2 positions on a different string each time. So here's what I mean. We start with the low E string, play the 2 notes in the first position, slide up into the second position, then we're going to come all the way back down, slide, and then come back to where we started. The next round, we're going to start out the same, but this time we'll play the A string and use that as our hinge up into the next position. Then back down. And then we do the same concept, but now it's the D string that serves as our hinge up into the next position. And then we do the same thing, but now G is going to be the hinge. Here we go, up. And then the B string. So we get all the way to here, use the pinky to slide up. And then finally the E string, we take it all the way here. Like that, and then back down. We're going to do that process for all 5 positions with all 6 strings getting their turn to be the hinge point. The hinge just kind of opens you up to the next position and connects A to B, so to speak. Even though this playthrough that we're going to get into in just a second is going to be pretty comprehensive and goes through all these positions, I really recommend getting to know 2 at a time. So going from first position to second position, really working that. That could just be like a week's worth of practice or even more. And then practice going from second position to third and really mapping out those moves. On the tabs, you're going to see some numbers above the tablature, and those represent the fingers that I suggest. They're just suggestions, and the fingering you use is really personal to you. It's really subjective. So just use it as a guideline. You might want to do some different stuff, and it's all good. Just make it work for you. The main point is getting comfortable changing positions on any string at any point. And that way, we're not tethered to one single position. That kind of feeling where we can get stuck. This will undo all of that and it'll get you moving. And then if you incorporate some interesting rhythms, which is something I've talked about a bit on the channel, you'll really have it going on. If you find this exercise helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more lessons just like this. All right, let's get to it. Let's do the guided practice. You can always slow it down even more on the YouTube video, or you can speed it up for that matter.